See if you can open the shoulders and start to breathe the back ribs open at the same time. Then bring your knees together. Take your feet the width of your mat. And slowly let your right knee drop over towards your left big toe. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, let your left knee drop over to your right big toe. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, change sides. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, change sides. Inhale, come back to center. Then one leg at a time, bring your legs up into tabletop position. So similar to how we practiced yesterday, I want us to start to educate the core while at the same time keeping the chest open. So feel the length of your spine, the shoulders open, the chest open. Then slowly, keeping your right leg in that 90-degree angle, slowly start to lower your right heel towards the floor, like you're gonna tap it to the floor. And come back up. Change sides, lower the left heel towards the floor like you're gonna tap it. And back up. Change sides. Keep reaching the buttocks out of the lower back and the back of the skull away from the buttocks. Back up. Change sides. Change sides. Last round. Then bring both legs up into tabletop position. Bring your fingers behind your ears. As you exhale, curl up towards your knees like you're doing a sit-up. And as you inhale, lower your head back down. Press the elbows wide, let the chest start to open. Exhale, curl yourself up. Inhale, slowly lower, press the elbows down, let the chest open. Exhale, curl yourself up. Then hold there, stretch both arms forward. And hug from your outer armpits down towards your hips. Push your right heel forward as you engage and reach the hips out of the lower back. Change sides, stretch the left leg forward. Bring that leg back up, lower your head down, and take your arms up. Then without your ribs tipping up, slowly start to reach both arms back behind you. Back up. Then see if you can lower both knees away from your chest at the same time, like you're gonna tap both heels to the floor. And then back up. Then let's see if you could do the arms and the legs at the same time, keeping the buttocks and the back of the skull reached away from each other. Pretty good, pretty good. Come back up. All right. Then set your feet down Take your block in between your hands. Arms straight up. Bring one leg up into table, and then the other. Then slowly start to take the block back overhead without the bottom of the ribs tipping up at all. Keep your rib cage in its neutral position. Bring your block back up. Lower the knees slowly away from your chest. If it's too much to do both knees on your lower back, just do one knee. Come back up. And then arms and legs at the same time. Come back up. Good, now 6 more times on your own. Slowly start to open. Remember, you can just do one leg, do alternating legs as the arms go back. But let me see the arms stay straight, elbows straight, triceps engaged. Good, Aaron, that's better. Nikki, hug the knees in just a little bit more. You got it? Keep the neck long. Keep reaching the buttocks back of the skull away from each other. Good, Beth. Nice form. Oh yeah, thank you, Stacy. All right, then take your block to the side, set your feet down. And then just like we started, little twist, but this time with the feet together, open the arms out to the side, and then just let both knees go over to the right. Both knees over to the left. Come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. And roll yourself up to seated. Take downward facing dog. Just get you guys up a little bit. Walk your hands back to your feet. Fold forward at the back of your mat. Put a little bend in your knees. Release your hands to the floor and slowly start to roll yourself up one vertebra at a time. Stack up over your ankles. Then open up the toes, open up the toe mounds. The space in between the toe mounds start to spread. Feel the sole of the foot start to open. And as you strike straight down to the center of the heel, remember the analogy from last night, like the billiard ball, how you have to aim just right. So aim the center of the heel down, straight down into the floor, so that the arches can support the pelvis, the shoulders, and your head. Raise your arms up to the ceiling, go straight out in front of you, up and overhead, and keep the feeling like you're still holding the block. Then as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come into a flat back, elongate. One handprint at a time, walk out into plank pose. Hold in your plank, chest open. Raise your right leg up 1 inch. Change sides, raise your left leg up 1 inch. Set that foot down, lower onto your belly, and stretch your arms forward. Reach the arms all the way overhead. Then turn the thumbs up and press the pinky finger side of your hand down as you engage your triceps. Head down on the floor in this first one. Reach back as long as you can through your big toes. Then bend the elbows out to the side. Goalpost position. Stretch your arms straight back behind you. Press the hands down into the floor and lift the front of the shoulder head up. So feel your blades start to set onto your back. Then lift the hands up 1 inch. Lift the head up 1 inch. Bring the arms back into cactus position or goalpost position, elbows out at the side. See if you can lift the wrist the same height as the elbow. Elbows and wrists same height. And spread the elbows away from the midline. Like we're having a tug of war over your elbows. Start to reach them out. Good. Then stretch the arms straight out in front of you. And bend the arms back into goalpost position. Stretch the arms forward again. And you can always do this with the hands sliding on the floor if you feel like the upper traps are taking over. Bend the elbows out to the side. 40 more times. Stretch the arms forward. Come on, reach. Reach through the toes. Oh, rotate those triceps. Bend the elbows back out to the side. Last two. Stretch the arms forward, rotate. Bend the elbows back out to the side. Stretch the arms forward. Rotate the triceps. Oh, turn, Paul, turn those upper arms. Bend the elbows out to the side. Stretch both arms straight back behind you. Open the shoulders, open the chest. Place your hands next to your side ribs. Then lift your right leg up just 1 inch. Change legs. Raise the left leg up 1 inch. Lift both legs up 1 inch, and then roll up a little bit higher into your cobra. But remember, like we practiced last night or yesterday, like the cobra that doesn't have any arms. So use your strong cobra spine to start to roll up instead of your arm strength. Then press the tops of the feet down and see if you can come up a couple more inches, taking a smooth curve through the spine. Lower your chest back down. Okay, now lift your belly up to the front of your spine and keep your rib cage in. Don't let the bottom ribs sink at all. Push up onto your hands and your knees. Chest stays open. Stretch back into down dog. That was pretty good. Walk your hands back to your feet, one handprint at a time. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up, raise your arms. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Walk out one handprint at a time. Find plank pose. Open your chest, but don't let your middle sag at all. So visualize the whole bottom rib ring and aim it straight to your hips. Keep that as you raise your right leg up an inch. Then bring your right knee to your chest, maintaining the mountain pose spine. Stretch your leg back. Change legs. Raise the left leg up 1 inch. Bring the knee up to your chest, maintaining mountain spine. Good, Aaron, that looks nice. Stretch it back. One more round. Right leg up an inch. Bring the knee up. Stretch it back. Change legs. Bring that knee up. Oh, what happened if you use your muscles a little bit? Come on, squeeze here. Stretch it back. Then lower all the way onto your belly. Point your toes back. Inhale into cobra. Hold in cobra or roll up into upward dog. Stretch back into downward dog. Walk your hands back to your feet, one handprint at a time. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up, raise your arms up. Exhale, Samastiti. One more time, inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Walk out into plank pose, one handprint at a time. Okay, now a little trickier for the core. We're going to work the thigh in external rotation without letting the opposite hip drop. So find your mountain pose spine, open the upper two ribs, then raise your right leg up an inch. Still maintain the mountain, turn your right thigh out, and bring the knee up to the side. Oh, but don't let that left hip drop. Stretch the leg back, change legs, raise the left leg up an inch. Turn the thigh out and bring the knee up. Stretch back, change sides. And remember, you can always do this with a knee down. Set a knee down, lower forearm, stretch it back, change sides. Stretch it back. Good, then slowly lower all the way down onto your belly. Inhale into cobra. Hold there or roll up into up dog. Then lower all the way back down onto your belly. Curl your toes under, lift your knees, lift your hips. Lift your belly, feel your shoulder blades on your back with your chest open. And can you press straight into plank from here without your middle sinking? That was pretty good. Stretch back into downward dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Inhale, make a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up, raise your arms. Exhale, Samastiti. All right, then release your arms at your side. So we're gonna work on chaturanga just a little bit to help to build opening in the chest and upper body strength. But really important when we work on chaturanga, we wanna make sure that we're able to maintain the mountain. And so we're gonna take it to the wall and practice at the wall to work in this action. But I want you to just feel with your arms at your side, bring your hands into chaturanga position. So I don't like the elbows like squeezed all the way in, because when I squeeze my elbows in, my shoulders have a tendency to sink in like this. And then it's like I'm just kind of cheating for my joints. I'm just sinking into my joints. Versus if I let my inner elbows lengthen towards the floor, then I feel like I can still set my shoulder into position pretty well. So it's different for everybody. You might be able to draw the elbows a little bit tighter and still activate your muscles in your back. But if your shoulders are tight, it can be difficult. So feel the angle that works just right for you, where your chest is open, and then drop the hands, the wrists down to elbow height. That's pretty good. Okay, cool. And then stretch your arms forward. And then bend your elbows back into your side body without your chest closing. Easy enough, right? Okay, so now we're going to take it over to the wall. And before you go over, I just want you to see what it'll look like. You're going to practice with the hands. It'll be like a little higher than a true chaturanga. You'll come up onto the toes. And then, did you ever used to watch MTV? There's this channel, and they used to play, it used to have music television. I don't know if you remember this. Before it was just Real World and Road Rules. And then I don't know what the hell they play now. I haven't turned that channel on in a while. Okay, so anyways, they have music videos. There's one Michael Jackson song called Smooth Criminal, where he leans, but his whole body stayed like a plank when he leaned. Okay, so when you do your chaturanga, I want you to think of that. Like you're a smooth criminal, the Michael Jackson video, and you can like lean right into it. So it's gonna look like this. You come up onto your toe mounds. I wasn't sure, I don't know, was he in his toe mounds? I don't know. But you're just gonna lean yourself to the wall, maintaining the mountain. And then instead of like pushing from your arms so much, because that might make you round your back, you're gonna keep the chest totally open and then use your core. So the first thing I think, engage Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, draw up from there, engage my abs, and then reach away from the wall. Easy, let's give it a shot. All right, so come up onto your toe mounds. And that's significant because it's going to help you to connect, like when we practice high heel night, connect from the arches up through the spine. And then with your elbows straight, slowly start to lean your chest towards the wall and let the elbow drop into that position which works for you best. Laura, try it with the hands a little. Yeah, you got it. And then engage your core to come up away from the wall. That's pretty good. And then slowly lean towards the wall. Keep the mountain pose spine, and then engage your core to come away. If you can do 12 of them, go ahead. If it starts to bother a wrist, shoulder, or something though, you just cut it short. There you go. And then hands a little bit lower. Oh. Feet a little wider. Okay, let me see. Hips back a little bit more. That's it. Then lie on your belly with your feet against the wall. Toes curled under, heels pressed into the wall as best you can. Position your hands back under your elbows. Then find the elbow position that worked best for you. Not squeeze all the way in, where you can feel like you get the chest open and the shoulder blades onto the back. Okay, first we're gonna try to activate the core and the legs. So push your heels into the wall and lift the inner thighs, the inner knees up. Okay, that's looking good. Oh, push those heels like you're gonna make a dent in the wall. Then can you lift your hips up to shoulder height? Hold them up. Then engage the belly and press just up to elbow height. Lift up with your chest. Hold there. Push into the wall. Oh, geez. What is that? Yeah. Oh, dang. Okay, and lower yourself back down. Friggin' hard, right? Jeez Louise. Okay. Cool. So let's look at Janine. Come on out. We'll take a second over here. Okay, I'm picking on Janine because she's very strong. But this pose is freaking hard as hell, no matter how strong you are. Okay, so let's see. Lie down onto your belly. We'll see if we could. Okay, so go ahead. Push your heels into the wall. Activate the legs. Activate the core, and then go up. Oh, it's looking pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Okay, but can you squeeze the buttocks more this way? And then try to close the front hip bones to the ribs? Okay, I come back down. We'll try it again. Okay, so this is really common. So to get one thing, once the body tries to give up one way or the other. The one way that it'll give up is just by doing this to get the core to engage. The other way that it'll give up is if you really get the chest to open, it'll let the core start to sink like this. It'll let your lumbar spine hang. So in Janine, she was like really strong in keeping the shoulders in position, but then this gave up to let it happen. So this round, I want you to try to draw your front ribs and your front hip bones towards each other more, and then push your butt into your heels more, kind of like we were doing the ab work at the beginning, like really focus on reaching your buttocks out of your lower back. We'll see if it works. Okay. You really turned it on for the group, didn't you? When your first one didn't look that good. Okay, are you ready? Push it. You can perform well. Okay, even here, I want you to do like a little bit, yeah, like that. And then can you come up with that? Oh. Okay, let's try it on here. Set that sucker down onto there. Okay, now lower your chest. And then work that action. That's looking good now. Okay, now can you push straight into plank? Oh, but it was a little shoulder intense. Lower back down. Onto the block again. Now this time, when you go to push up, don't let this sag at all. Really work right here. Come on, push. There you go. Good job. And at ease, soldier. Okay. So when in doubt, when it's like, no matter how hard I try, I can't get the right place to work, then you add a prop. And then you can train the body how to work with the prop. So that's why we use the prop sometimes. So if you have a block, stick your block underneath your pelvis. If you don't, go back to the wall and suffer. That was, you did it so good. The second,
Yeah.
Can you do that more?
Yeah.
Okay. Do it like that from now on. Yeah.
I know, I can't
Okay. We'll talk about later.
So go all the way down first and then activate.
Wait a minute, these elbows though, let me see this. Take the elbows wider so that this works more.
Also the hands work.
Yeah, hands too, because I want this part of the shoulder girdle open. Yeah. Okay, and then hips first, and then lift.
Oh.
That's way better.
Got it.
She got it.
Yeah.
But then lift all the way up to elbow height so she could fit the block underneath your chest. Come on. That's it. Higher.
Should I put it here? Like,
Right here. Okay, lower onto that sucker. And then shoulders just up to block height. That's it. And then, oh, good.
nice.
Nice, good job. We're gonna do that head though.
There's no way.
Hey, you're killing it with no block.
Yeah, I've got like 2 more.
before it's good, Beth. How's it going, Paul? Yeah, that's looking good. Easy. Oh, look at this. Come on. Oh, but Beth, feet onto the ground. Toes onto the ground. Yeah, okay. Okay, and then let me see your hands lower all the way down. And I ideally want your hands to come back to right there. And that's going to make it worse. I thought I was so good at it until we had to do an Instagram post of it. And I was like, oh shit, I'm not very good at that. Paul, would you come over here for a second? Knock it off over there? Jeez. Come over here for a second. Okay. There's one other thing I want you to see. Come on over. Do your thing. No, come on. I want to. It's going to be important. It's a really good lesson for everybody. All right. So he gets in this position. Oh, just one little thing is how I adjusted you at the wall. Yeah, like that. Okay. And then see if you can do a few. Yeah, a couple more.
Yeah, Paul.
Right? What the frick? Okay, thanks so much. All right. Partly I wanted you to see how rad he is, but then also, Janine, will you stand next to Paul for just a moment? And if you notice the difference in body build, how how Janine has hips, and then Paul has giant broad shoulders and little hips and compare. Okay, so this is just body proportions, which makes it very difficult just in general if your proportions are a certain way to be able to do a bunch of chaturangas. So the center of where the center of gravity is, where the weight is held. So don't expect that you should be able to do a bunch of damn chaturangas unless you want your shoulders and upper body to look like this. If that's a look that you're going for, ladies, then start doing a bunch of chaturangas. So it's just an important thing to keep in mind. That will be a more difficult pose for, I don't want to get sexist or anything, but just center of gravity, it's going to be more challenging. It's not to say that a lot of you have really good chaturangas, but I just want you to keep that in mind. Okay. Is it sexist? No. I hope not. All right. All right. Well, Trump and I were talking about it, and we wanted to do it. Okay. Go back to your mat.
It makes it feel better. What makes you feel better?
You do you really?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, but mine should be better if you look at my body proportions. I say that all the time.
All right. So, stand at the back of your mat. We're going to practice lowering. It's actually a little easier to lower into it. So we're going to practice lowering to it. So stand at the back of your mat. Find your mountain. Press straight down through the center of your heels. Feel your arches start to wake up. And do pada bandha. The pada bandha is pressing through the four corners of the feet, taking the arches up. Then raise your arms up. And let's just practice one more time. Arms forward. From here, slowly lower the elbows into your side body like you're doing a chaturanga. Keep the legs very alert, the spine alert. And then we're going to try to mimic this when we go to lower. Take the arms back up, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Walk out one handprint at a time into plank. Find your mountain as best you can. Then shift forward and lower to elbow height. Lift back up with strong, oh, good. And stretch back into down dog. Walk your feet forward to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, raise your arms up. Exhale, Samastiti. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step your left leg back into a lunge and lower your knee down. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart, but stay upright. Twist to your right. Spread your arms out. Come back up, raise the arms up. Then bring your hands back down to the mat. Curl your back toes under, lift your back knee. Plant your left hand flat and twist, take your right arm up. Bring your hand down. Step back into down dog. Inhale into plank. Now hold in the plank. If you're really struggling, you're like, you know, it would be better for me just to hold in the plank and work on strengthening my mountain in the plank. But if you can strengthen the mountain in the low plank position, aka chaturanga, then let me see, lower into the low plank position. But if the mountain goes to hell, then I'd rather you just stay in the high plank. Come back to high plank and stretch to down dog. Walk your feet forward to the front of your mat. Inhale, make a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, raise your arms. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step your right leg back. Lower your back knee. Inhale, raise the arms up. Bring your hands to your heart. Stay upright, twist to your left. Spread the arms. Then turn to face forward and raise the arms again. Bring your hands down. Curl your back toes under, lift your back knee. Plant your right hand flat and twist. Find mountain pose from your back ankle to your hips, to your shoulders, to your ears. Bring your hand down, step back into down dog. Inhale into plank. Hold in the plank or lower slowly into low plank position, maintaining the mountain, whichever one you do. Come back up. Stretch back into down dog. Walk your feet up to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale into chair pose. Oh, pretty improved with the ankles. Imagine that your ankles were being held again. Creepy ankle holding night. Support the ankles upright. Oh, look at this. Oh, Justine, you fixed it. Even Aaron? Good job. Come up to stand. Release your arms at your side. Very good. Surya B. Inhale into chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back and lower to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your right foot, warrior one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step your left foot, warrior one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Bend your knees, look forward. Step or float up lightly to the front. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, fold. Inhale into chair. Press up to stand, Samasthiti. Do 2 more on your own, moving with your breath. Let each movement find a full expression of either the in-breath or the out-breath. When you finish your second round, hold in down dog. Then look in between your hands and push firmly into the four corners of your hands. From your outer arms, turn down towards the floor, reach from those outer arms into the four corners of your hands, and then lift from the center of your hand up into your inner shoulder. Engage those arms of steel. As you look in between the hands, bend your knees, press out just a little bit. Then with your butt very high, lightly hop all the way up to where you're looking. Can you do it? A little hop? Oh, pretty good. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. So if you're going to practice that hopping, it's got to be with the straight, very active arms like that, instead of like bending elbows to hop up. And then if you're going to practice jumping back into chaturanga, you better have the lower up and come down perfectly down. Like you saw Paul, I would say like Paul, he could do it. But if your middle sags, when you lift up, dropping into the chaturanga is going to be murder on your lower back. Over time, no good. Come up to stand. Then take your strap and put it right across your bottom ribs. Like this. Let me show. Put on a little, oh, I don't know if this is going to work actually. Make it bigger. Okay, so you can take your strap, put it across your rib cage, and then I want you to cinch it all the way. No, just have it tight enough to where it feels like you could breathe into it if you take a breath. And then stand in mountain. So as you stand in mountain, feel the way that your breath is moving into the strap. This is your breath print. Just like you have a thumbprint, we all have a way that the breath moves. Yeah, they go. You want it right across the bottom ribs. So at first, just observe. As you breathe in, feel how your ribs are filling into the strap. And if already, just by me explaining that we should be filling the ribs into the strap, you're noticing that they're moving nicely, evenly into the strap, but it feels like certain parts feel tense, like they don't want to open into the strap. Just notice that. So in addition to having a unique breath print, where sometimes you tend not to breathe into one side of the lung or a back rib, one part of the rib cage, etc., we all tend to breathe more dominantly through one nostril. So, and it can switch throughout the day. So right now I want you to focus on taking air in from both nostrils into your lungs and filling evenly into the strap. Then take your arms forward. Raise your arms up. Oh, and what happened to the back rib breath? Can you breathe into the back of the strap again? Yeah. Oh, that's a whole different way of stretching the arms. What's going on? Okay. Reach those suckers. There you go.
Like that.
Yeah, like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you can feel in your bottom ribs. 2 more breaths here. See if you can open up this part of your ribs more. Yeah, there you go. And slowly bring your arms back down. Then take your arms out in front of you. Hook the thumbs. Pull apart. And slowly start to raise your arms up, but see if you can keep breathing into the back of the strap. Oh, it's freaking hard. What's going on here? I gotta pull this part down. Oh, breathe into this. Oh, no, into that one, just into here. Just into this part. That's it. Good job, you're redeeming yourself. Bring the arms back down. Hook the other thumb on top. Stretch the arms forward. And slowly start to raise your arms up. Breathe even into that strap. Even if you can't take the arms as high as you normally would. Press down into, strike straight down through the center of your heel. Feel the arches wake up. Let that support the energy from the pelvic floor, up through your spine. Oh, Mija's very tight here. Jeez, doesn't want to move at all when you get this. Okay, bring your arms back down. Then release your strap. Oh wait, no, keep your strap on and do plank. My bad. Plank pose. We probably should have done this before the chaturanga. Okay, next time, noted. Open up the breath into the strap evenly. And slowly stretch back into down dog while still breathing even into that strap. Come back into plank. Then if you'd like to try a chaturanga, you're so stoked on chaturanga that you want to try it with the strap, go ahead. Otherwise, just hold here in plank, 2 more breaths. This kind of isn't doing much here, let me see. And slowly stretch back into down dog. Keep breathing even into that strap. Does it work with this one? You get it? Yeah. Walk your feet forward. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Ooh, ankles. These are the best chairs. I'm going to teach that ankle thing all the time from now on. It's so good.
I actually like chair now.
Do you like it now?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, a little more on the left ankle. Yeah. And come up to stand. Beautiful, guys. Release the strap. Turn to your right and take your legs wide apart. Spread your arms out. Recreate the feeling like the strap's on your ribs, like you have a strap on, and then see if you could watch it. See if you could breathe evenly. Let's keep it PG, okay? Breathe evenly into the ribs as you stretch the arms and the legs. Tonight is going to be neck holding night. We're going to do neck holding to adjust the, so you can get ready for that. But the neck is going to be, you can feel how much the ankle supporting helped you. Having someone hold your neck will tell you how you feel about the person right away, but it'll also give you a clue as to the position of the head. So just imagine you had the neck support too, ankles, and then feel your ribs nice and even. Then turn your legs to the right for side angle pose. Bend your right knee. Bend your right knee and bring your forearm onto your thigh or hand onto the outside of your foot. Take your left arm over your ear. Good. Now, as I was practicing last night, I was realizing that as I was striking through the back heel, I could feel the funky hip working much differently than it normally works. And then it was bringing calm and space into my lower back, because I tend to work a little strange from one side. So as you stretch straight into that back heel, do you feel that it's working different in your hips a little bit? You can feel the hips are supporting the lumbar different from if you tend to twist on the foot. Keep reaching straight through the center of the back heel. And feel right in the center of the right heel. Then come back up. Warrior 2. Change sides. Bring the forearm to the thigh or hand onto the outside of the foot. Aim straight into that center back heel. But still look for the feeling like you have your strap on your ribs. Breathe even into the rib cage. Nice job. Soften your knee. Good. Pretend like you got a knee brace and an ankle brace. Don't let it push back at all. Inhale, come back up. Straighten your left leg. Turn your legs to the right and take triangle pose. Get the thigh to turn way out in the hip socket until the four corners of the knee point straight ahead. Turn this foot out just a little bit more. Yeah, that's right. Press into your feet and come back up. Turn your legs to the other side. Reach out over your left leg. Press down into your feet, come back up. Step your back leg forward and stand in mountain. Okay, we're gonna flow a little bit, but don't get crazy. I want you to keep the awareness that you've been practicing. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back and lower to chaturanga. Go through vinyasa or just stretch right back into down dog. Step your right foot for warrior one. Inhale, come up. Open up to your side, warrior two. Put your right hand down onto the inside of your foot. Blocker floor. Take your left arm straight up. Then internally rotate your left arm. Wrap it behind your back. Even though the arm is an internal rotation, still create the external action for your shoulder. The way that we did that is by adjusting the blade, like we practiced at the wall. Now as you strike straight through that left heel, feel the leg support your spine. See if you can take your right arm forward, keeping the sides of the spine long. From the brain to the sit bones. Then start to straighten your right leg. Keep lengthening through the reach of the arm. Rebend your knee. Put your hand a foot in front of your pinky toe, blocker floor, and step up. Keep working the length of the spine through the transition. Draw from the right outer thigh up into the hip socket as you press straight through the center of your right heel. Then start to straighten your left leg. Don't lose the length. Keep lengthening the spine, brains to the sit bones. Rebend your knee. As smooth as you can, slide the hand and foot in front of the pinky toe and step up. Connect into the center of that left heel. Open the bridge of the toes. Lift the outer thigh up. Feel it plug into the hip socket. And then start to turn your ribs until it feels like your right shoulder blade can plug into position. Front of the shoulder opens. We just have to have a moment of silence now for Stairway to Heaven. Look in between your hands, jump or step up to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair pose. Let me see those ankles. Good. Stand and release your arms at your side. Step your left foot back about 3.5 feet for Parsvottanasana. Bring your hands behind your back, take reverse prayer or grab opposite elbows or press your knuckles together in your upper back. And then start to fold forward out over your leg. Go halfway at first. Let's see if that heel bone connection could help you at all in this one. What's going on with the back heel and the back ankle? It might feel like it pulls you out of the pose. That's okay. Then start to lengthen all the way out over your leg without losing the back heel, back ankle. Really nice. Good job. Inhale into a flat back. Stretch your arms straight back behind you. Lean into warrior three. Then start to lean your chest towards your right big toe, towards the floor. Bring the hands down and raise the back leg up. Lower your right leg to meet your left. Bend your knees and roll yourself up to stand. Shift the weight into your left heel. Connect the center heel. Bring your right knee up. Hold your knee or take your big toe out in front of you, Utthita Hasta. Change hands and twist, open up to your right. Look forward and raise your arms up. Bend your left knee and wrap your right leg up and over. Cross your right elbow under. How's that center heel? Center heel. Mountain pose. Uncross your arms and your legs. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back into down dog or take a vinyasa. Step your left foot, warrior one. Inhale, reach up. Bring your hands behind your back. Take reverse prayer, grab opposite elbows or press knuckles. Step your right foot a little bit closer as you straighten your left leg. Inhale, open your shoulders, chest. Then start to go out halfway out over your leg. Lengthen all the way out over your leg. Did you really do that leg? Inhale into a flat back. Stretch your arms straight back behind you. Open up your chest. Lean into warrior three. Just gonna try and knock you over. Slowly start to lean towards the floor. Bring the hands down as you stretch the leg up. Lower your right leg to meet your left. Bend your knees and roll yourself up to stand. Shift the weight over into the right heel. Stay tall through your mountain pose line as you bring your left knee up. Take the knee or the big toe, 5 breaths. Change hands and twist. Turn your chest forward and raise your arms up. Hold that leg up, stretch it straight out in front of you. Then bend your right knee. Wrap your left leg up and over. Cross your left elbow under. Uncross your arms and your legs, stand in mountain. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Lift your heels up. Keep the lifted ankle sensation as you lower the buttocks to knee height. Don't let the ankles sink to do it. Then lower the buttocks to the heels and come into boat pose. Navasana, bring the knees up. Take your block in between your hands. Then bend your elbows, block towards your heart. As you exhale, bring your right elbow like you're going to tap it to the floor. As you inhale, come back to center. Keep those knees up. Exhale over to the left. Inhale back up. Exhale to the right. Inhale to the center, exhale to the left. Inhale to center, exhale to the right. Inhale to center, exhale to the left. Inhale to center. All right, now lower down onto your back. Bring your legs into tabletop position. Take your block straight up. Fix your tabletop legs, let's clean it up. Okay, then as you exhale, come up and over to the outside of your right knee. Crunch up. Ooh, come on, get up there. As you inhale, lower back down, take the block up. Exhale over to the left. Inhale. Exhale to the right. Inhale back down. Exhale to the left. Inhale back down. One more round, exhale up to the right. Now hold that. Send your left leg forward, but keep your abs in. Buttocks out of the lower back, back of the skull away from the buttocks. Bend the knee, lower your head down. Inhale. Exhale to the left. Push your right heel forward. Push the buttocks out of the back. Bend the knee, lower back down. Stretch the block back overhead, keeping the ribs in. Then crunch back up and lift the block to the ceiling. Go up. And then take the legs straight up. Now squeeze in with the legs and push the ceiling up with your feet too, so that the tail comes up. Push them both up and hold for 5, 4, oh, push them up, come on, lift. 3, oh, lift that tail up. 2, oh, Paul, come on, lift. And lower yourself down, good job. Open your arms out to the side, goalpost arms. Take your feet the width of your mat. Let your knees twist over to the left. And over to the right. Come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Roll up to seated. Come into Baddha Konasana. Take the soles of your feet together, your knees wide apart. All right, so we got all different levels of hip opening, ability of the knees to descend. If your knees are at hip height and you can start to go forward, go ahead and start to go forward. Some people could like put their head on the ground, whatever. But if your knees start to come up, I want you to work at that spot. To work on your upright seat or work on folding forward any amount. Yeah, keep going, Aaron, you got it. Come back up. Then hook your big toes. Lean back until you find your tailbone. Tailbone, sit bones, press straight onto them. Take energy up through the pelvic floor. Then stretch one leg out to the side. So keep the energy traveling up from the pelvic floor through the spine. Change legs. Both legs. Don't let the energy sink. Then bring the feet all the way together. Stay up, stay up. Take your arms forward. Don't sink. Ooh, energy up through that, yeah. Cross the legs. Pick up. Lower down, change the cross. Pick up and float back into chaturanga. Or do something, whatever you do. That's good. Okay, cool. Now, step your right foot to the outside of your right wrist, and your left foot to the outside of your left wrist. Then this next one, this is called broken elbow pose. Turn your hands around so the fingers point back and start to walk your hands back behind you. If you get confused, just look at Janine, and then you start to drop your butt down towards your wrists. If you can walk the hands back further, then do it. Try to get the hands back as far as you can. But try not to let the heels lift up. Don't let the heels lift up. Keep the ankles upright. Oh, look at those ankles, Justine. You got the ankles down now. Okay, cool. Then from here, turn the fingers around. So you lift that butt up a little, turn the fingers around so that your index fingers kind of point towards your heels. And then if possible, if you can sit back onto your chaturanga arms without breaking your elbows or wrists and cross your ankles, then go ahead and do that. No, that's okay. Oh, almost. If you get your arms deeper, I think it'll help. Oh, slippery. That's a good excuse. Okay. Then stretch the legs forward. Tuck the buttock under more. Stretch those legs straight ahead. And then come into crow pose. Come on. Oh! Good job. Woo. You got it. Then into tripod headstand. Now don't forget to curl your toes under. Go right into chaturanga. I don't know if you can do that one. Can you do? Okay, maybe don't. Okay, bring your legs back down.
You know, when I chaturanga, I thought it was good. Where's the pose?
Okay, let's do, what's it called? Prasarita Padottanasana, standing legs wide apart, forward fold. Go ahead. I'm going to save us on the forearm planks and side planks on the forearms today because I want to work on Pincha Mayurasana, so I want you to have a little bit more energy for your arms. Can I have this one? Inhale into a flat back. Come back up to stand. Bring your legs together. Take your mat to the wall. Before we do the Pincha Mayurasana, I want you guys to suffer just a little bit more. And we're gonna practice the back leg for Warrior One. So for this, ideally have a block, or what else do we got? Yeah. Do you mind if someone uses that? So check it out over here. Oh no. You got the insurance, right? She bought it with the Amex, so you don't got to worry. Okay, so check it out. All right, so we're going to practice Warrior 3. And so this is a really good pose to work on sequentially. So when I started, my first teacher recommended, like, you should work from the book Light on Yoga. There's the appendix of poses in the back and sequences. So then you should do that for like a year. Follow the guide. So I did, and what I found was that I realized that by really focusing on the standing poses, that you developed a certain strength in your core and opening to where you could hold poses like Chaturanga better. And Warrior 3 being one of them. If you can hold it, so when you go to tip yourself over, the gravity will make everything want to hang like this. And if you can start to strengthen your back body, so like Warrior 3 is a big one, and also the locust variations that we were working at the beginning. Like, I feel that most people don't have the strength in their shoulder girdle to be able to hold the chest open in the locust variations. So that and the Warrior 3 are really important to find the core strength, just to be able to hold yourself in a long line when you lower, whatever. Okay, so anyways, we're gonna practice Warrior 3, but we're gonna try to find the back leg engaging with the spine lengthening, even if the standing leg stays bent the whole time, I don't care. And before you go to work the pose, you're gonna look back and make sure that the toes are pointing straight down, the heel is up at hip height, and then really focus on this line from your back ankle through your spine. And then last part, you'll push into this heel and fasten this up. Preguntas? You got it? Okay, give it a shot. Let's start with the right foot down, left heel up at the wall. Thanks for asking, Laura. Is your shoulder aching?
Oh, no, it's fine.
Oh, it's
She's
okay now.
explaining something to
Oh,
me.
okay.
Yeah. No, no.
Both hands on the block. Little micro bend in here because that's past straight. Can you take this heel up a little higher? There you go. Now straighten this leg. Push, push, push. Oh, and then lengthen this part of your spine. Come up on your fingertips. Higher up on there. Oh, lengthen there. How are we looking, guys? This is pretty good. Just turn your, pigeon toe your foot a little. There you go, that's straight. Good, Laura. Watch your knee, Johanna. This is looking really good, except I just want this fasten action here. Good. And release. Change sides. Now, if you can remember last night when your partner was pulling on the hip to create the groin release, the hip crease action, can you feel that through your standing leg hip? Go into your body awareness memory. Connect that left hip crease towards your back heel. And then once you feel like you have that long line from your back ankle through your spine, can you lift up your chest a little more? Oh, that's good. Then fasten the left outer thigh up into the hip crease. Bring that leg up a little higher, a little higher. Come back down. I'll show you. And slowly, a little higher, a little higher. There, that's, oh, release that. Whew. Okay. Twisted half moon. Change sides. Right foot down, left leg up at the wall. Same thing. We're just going to bring the hand to the hip and then start to twist. Right foot down, left heel up at the wall. Both hands on the block. Pretend like you're doing the last pose. Drive through that center left heel. Then bring your right hand to your hip. Start to turn your back ribs down into the block so that the front ribs can spin up towards the ceiling. Then see if you can put your hand flat onto the block so you can lean into the twist a little more. Good, release. So the way that my teacher used to teach it with the blocks in the twist, the blocks are really good because they pull you up so that you can get the elongation. But then when you try to go for the depth of the twist, the block kind of gets in the way. Because like if I'm way up like this and I'm trying to twist it, it kind of like leans me out of the twist a little. So there's a point where like my teacher would say like, okay, you've got the line, you're feeling it, Now see if you can hold the line, lower the prop to take you into the twist so that your hand can actually move into the twist. So if you want to try lowering the prop a little on this next round to help take you into the twist, then you could do that. But don't lose the Tadasana line. That's more important than how much you're twisting. Go ahead, change sides. There you go, Beth, that's good. Nice. Yeah, that's it, Paul, it's better. Good job, guys. Come back down. And Justine, could you feel how it was like, almost like making you too much into a back bend then? It was like past straight? Yeah. Okay. All right. Now let's practice the setup for Pincha Mayurasana. So, with this one, I would really like to have some more props, but I'm going to make do with what we got. I'm going to have you, at first, just take your block in between your hands, like this at the wall, and practice sliding the hands up, keeping the elbows in at shoulder height, and then rebending the elbows. But when you do this, I don't want you to cheat from your middle at all. Imagine you have the strap on your ribs, and you'll see how far you can slide up, and then rebend. Also, the hands will want to get lazy. I want you to see if you can keep the reach of the knuckles into the block and lengthen from the inner armpit forward and the inner elbow into the wrist, into the fingers. What will happen is the arms will want to retract this way, and you have to keep lengthening them into the up movement. We'll just slide it up and down the wall a few times. See how that goes. Okay, let's see your mountain pose spine. Press into your heel bones. Open your upper two ribs. Good. Then slowly start to slide your block up. And back down. Do that a few times. Okay, good. Now we'll do a passive stretch. Bring the forearms to the wall with the elbows just at about waist height, lower rib height. And then as you press the forearms into the wall, start to walk back like you're doing the puppy dog stretch, but with the hands in prayer position. If you feel that, if it feels like the elbows are a little too high, then that's a sign that your elbows are a little too high. And you just move the whole, all right. It never gets old. Now press those forearms into the wall. Oh, Beth, tip those ribs in a little more. And release. Good. Then the last step, we're going to practice Do you want to show Laura?
Sure.
Will you just show the setup with the block at the wall? So she's going to put the block all the way to the wall with the fingers up against the block. Now before she goes to go up, as soon as she goes to weight the arms, I'll show you what's going to happen from this angle. The arms are going to want to retract like this. So you have to stay very focused in the inner armpit and keep turning the inner armpit forward and lengthening from the inner elbow into the hands as you go up. Okay, so let's see. I think she could do it. Curl the toes and lift up. Oh, she got it. Cool. And it's the same upper back work from headstand. And then she's going to see if she can walk, 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 walk in. Still, oh, did she lose the rotation? Oh, that's better with the shoulders. And then the swinger and the pusher. One leg's up. Yeah, let's swing it up and over. Nice job. Oh, very controlled. And then slowly, one leg at a time, come back down. Okay, so when you go up, you could just look right at the block. That'll be your focal point. Don't let your head drop though. And any questions about that one? Shall we? Let's try it.
I've actually never gone up with my gaze back. I just do there.
With your what?
I kept my gaze back,
Oh.
which I've never done. I always go up looking forward.
Yeah.
And then I drop the first from each try.
You're just feeling the Shakti today?
I just want to lose the rotation and I go forward. I lose it.
You're like a Jedi. Do you want to try it blindfolded now?
I can't do both.
Okay, walk in, walk, walk, walk. Did you see how far Laura walked? And then that is what made her float up. And that comes back to the idea of getting more flexible in the standing poses. Helps all these. Then if you would like to try going up, go ahead. Swing one leg and then the other. Nice, Janine. Now what if you use your core a little bit more? Oh. Does anybody want help going up? You want Stacey to help you? Okay, let's do it. All right, keep those forearms nice and firm. Push through those things. I'm gonna give you a little hip flip. Ready? Go. Swing your butt to the wall. Take one leg up. Swing to the wall. Go. Nice. Squeeze up and lift here. Good. Squeeze and lift more. Good. Slowly lower. That was so good. That was awesome. Good job.
You to work on.
You went up super light. If you'd like to practice a headstand or something else while you're waiting, squeeze in those thighs more, Janine. Beth, may I borrow your block?
What happened?
May I borrow your block for a moment?
Yeah.
Yes. You had it down. Okay, rest in child's pose. Then lie down with your legs up the wall. Bend your knees, put your feet onto the wall, and lift your hips up. If you have any neck issues and it feels like there's too much pressure in your neck at all, just come back down. You could just hold legs up the wall. Otherwise, if you want to get deeper into the pose, you can come back down and scoot your hips closer to the wall, and that will take you deeper. Grab a hold of the sides of your sticky mat, and then start to pull the sticky mat to the side so you can rotate your upper arm bones. Turn the biceps out, press the arm bones down. And then bend the elbows like robot arms. Keep the rotation externally, fingers pointing up to the ceiling. Push those triceps down into the floor. Propel the hips up higher. Lower your hips back down. Come in close on the wall and open the arms out to the side. With the knees bent, we're going to do the twist like we did last night. It's like the modified Paschasana. Bend the knees and let the heels slide down the wall. And then start to slide your legs over to the right. Over to the left. Come back to center. Legs up the wall for Shavasana, corpse pose. Bend your knees. And roll over to your right side. Press yourself up to seated. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Thank you guys. Good job today.
Thank you.